Hey everybody, it's Greg and it's Monday, September the 11th. And I'm here with Katie over my shoulder and Bud. I think you can only see his tail right now, but we're all here and we're remembering the day of remembrance. We're remembering 9/11 happened 22 years ago today. And rest in peace to everyone who perished that day. And God bless all the first responders that day. I remember it when the first plane hit the World Trade Center. I was at work, and I was actually on the phone with a one of my residents' family, and we started talking. And all of a sudden, she said, "How about that plane that hit the building in New York?" And I was like, "What plane?" I right away I thought it was maybe she was talking about a small plane that hit a house or something. But when it got off the phone, everybody was scrambling and talking about it. And out in the lobby, we had a big screen TV for the residents, and we were watching it real time. And how horrifying was it that these two jetliners hit the World Trade Center, and the hell that happened afterwards. Uh, and I didn't really, well, before that, all day long we were hearing one plane hit the Pentagon, another plane crashed in central Pennsylvania, which later we found out was destined for the White House. And we didn't know what was going on. We thought the country was under attack. Literally, it was a war. And so it was scary. I remember getting home and watching it and seeing all the aftermath, the rubble, and thinking, oh my God, all these people died, and what it's going to take to clean all that up. And they said right from the start they were going to build again, and they did. But it was just and the unknown, uncertainty, the unknown. I think that was the thing that scared everybody the most. The unknown, who did it, what was coming next. It was just a scary time back then. To think it was 22 years ago today. Um, so I wanted to remember that. And well, um, this escapee is still up around my way. He was actually in the Phoenixville area where I live. Uh, Yesterday they sighted him or something. He was up here, so we hunkered down and we had our doors locked, and it's really it's terrible. Now he's moving west. I think this guy is it's he wants to be away from people instead of going to Philadelphia and trying to blend in down there and get lost in the crowd. He's going west. He's an expert in survival. Yeah, that's what he did in South America in the jungles down there. And look how he's eluded all of our police. They thought they had him trapped near Longwood Gardens, and he slipped through. And it, I don't know. It's apparently he's going to be looking. They think he's going to look for another car to hijack. And my guess is He's going west. He's going west. He's going out toward Reading, PA, Lancaster, PA, the Dutch country, where there's fields and fields and mountains and hills, and that's his environment. That's where he wants to go. And Pennsylvania has the most trees, the most forests of any state. So he could go between Philadelphia and Pittsburgh is just one big forest, hills, mountains, the Allegheny Mountains. If he wanted to, he could just get lost there. If he has those survival skills, he can do it. The only thing is, it's going to start to get colder here, and I don't know. I know he's used to the heat. He's from South America, jungle terrain, jungle climate. So I don't know. It's will be interesting. I really hope they catch this guy because he's got people on edge, and he deserves to be caught. I mean, he's a murderer. But by the same token, it is amazing what he's been able to do, not only to escape from the prison, but while he's been out of the prison, it's 11, 12 days already. And I said, somebody's going to make a movie out of this. And I don't know. We'll see what happens, Hopefully he gets caught before anyone gets hurt. So, and final thing I wanted to say today on this September 11th, it's also another anniversary. One of my favorite comedian actors, idols when I was growing up, John Ritter, passed away 20 years ago today. Can you believe it was 20 years? It's been 20 years since Ritter was on the set of his new TV show, something 8 Simple Ways to Date My Daughter or something. And he got sick, and he went to the hospital, and they found out he had a heart problem there, and he died. Only young, 54. John Ritter was special to me because I met John Ritter. I was 1977, and he was on the old Mike Douglas show, and we happened to get tickets that day, and we had no idea who was going to be on the show. And so there were some fairly famous people on the show. But John Ritter was toward the end, and he was a relatively unknown actor at that time. He had just filmed the pilot for a comedy that was going to be a summer replacement called Three's Company. And if it got enough ratings, it was going to be picked up. So it did. But after the Mike Douglas show was over, we were out in the courtyard thinking about what we wanted to do next, whether we wanted to go home, go eat. It was about 2:00 in the afternoon, or maybe walk down and see Liberty Bell, which is only about a block away from the studios. Hi, Bud. Bud, by the way, celebrated his birthday over the weekend. Happy birthday, Bud. Yeah, he's looking up. He's 12 years old, the man is. And hi, Bud. Doesn't he look good? Happy birthday, Bud. I told you, he saved me. I didn't save him from that shelter in Alabama. We've been together 10 years. So it's a great guy, this Budster. Anyway, we were out in the courtyard, and this guy came over to me and said, "Hey, do you want to meet Johnny?" And I said, "Johnny who?" I didn't know who Johnny was. I was hoping maybe John Lennon was there or something. And he called over to this young guy with this suit on, blue suit, surrounded by a bunch of girls taking pictures. And this old guy said, Johnny, come here. Somebody wants to meet you." So he comes over. There he is, John Ritter, in the flesh, right in front of me, just like he looked on Three's Company. Good-looking guy, funny guy, down to earth. He said, "How you doing?" I said, "How you doing?" Shook hands. He signed my little ticket stub and to the Mike Douglas show, but there wasn't much room on it. So he wrote "Best wishes, John Ritter," and the Ritter went down the side of the ticket. And that was it. He said, "I hope you understand my chicken scratch." And That was it. We were waiting to go, decided to go down and see the Liberty Bell, waiting on the corner. There was John Ritter standing next to us again. Had a duffel bag thrown over his shoulder, his jacket. It was a hot July day. Had his shirt off, and well, I didn't have a shirt off, had his jacket off. And he jumped into a cab, waiting Philadelphia taxi cab, and zoomed away into history. And that's my John Ritter story. But he's always been a favorite of mine. Loved him on Three Company when he played Jack Tripper. I loved him in the movies. He was in Sling Blade, and he was in Bad Santa, which was his last film. And you know, when he died, when I found out he died, I cried because not only was he a favorite of mine, I remember meeting the guy and how nice he was to me. So I hope everybody has a blessed September 11th. Stop and think for a minute and, you know, yes, but, and, you know, give thanks to how great our country is. We've got a lot of flaws, as we know, in this country, but we're also a great country. And one thing about America, we are very determined, and you don't mess with the United States, because when you do, look what happened. We built and we're better than ever, right? But take some time today to stop and think about the people who lost their lives on 9/11, 2001, and give thanks to all the first responders who not only helped out on 9/11, but for years and years after that, and who are still around, and maybe challenged by different illnesses, some caused by 9/11. But so we think of you today. I know you're out there, and we think of you. So we will see you tomorrow with another new edition of Unbreakable. Thanks for watching the show today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. Happy birthday to Bud. Hey.